Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving overall, man. I figured I'd tap in with y'all real quick and discuss what's going on in the boxing world. We're going to talk about Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz pretty much heating up. We're getting closer to the fight and exactly what we should be expecting going into the fight. Shakur Teofimo talks certainly heating up without an official date. Then, of course, we're going to speak about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney exchanging words on social media. What could be the future for the both of those guys? Then, of course, we're going to get into some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building thus far. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We won it to the 3,200 mark. About to hit that 3,300 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. What's going on? What's going on? My apologies for coming on so late, man. My son was fighting his sleep. That boy, it's like as he's getting older, you know, I'm not going to say that just yet, but I think he's about to get into that phase where, you know, he don't want to go to sleep too early. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't really want to do those things. You feel me? Like, so he put up a little bit of a fight now. So, you know, it was the holidays, so I let him stay up a little longer. You know what I mean? I was out a little later than usual, but for the most part, he usually be asleep by 8:30. So that boy was fighting and fighting, but you know what I mean? Nobody could beat sleep. You feel me? Sleep gonna catch up to you eventually, right? Right. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to my boy Des with the $20 super chat. He says, from our bet. You know what's crazy, Des? I appreciate you. You know why? Because I don't even remember making that bet. I really don't. Yeah, I don't even remember making a bet. But shout out to you for sending the $20 super chat and just being a man of your word. You feel what I'm saying? Salute to you. I'm assuming that was on the Devin Haney and Brian Norman fight. You know what I'm saying? But salute to you, brother. You could have went off with that. You could have ran off on the plug on that one. But shout out to you for being a stand-up individual, man. Shout out to the boy Denitric Banner in the building with the first comment of the day. He says, Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, brother. And shout out to everybody that's, you know, taking the time to spend time with their families. You know what I mean? I spent time with mine. I mean, even visited my girl's side of the family, chill with them for a little bit. Came over to my mother's side. Didn't see my dad today, but that's because he all the way up in bubblefuck, you know what I mean? But I'll see him. I see him basically every day. So I'll see him Monday. You feel what I mean? No, I'll see him tomorrow, actually. I'll see him tomorrow. Shit, I keep thinking today like Saturday or something. But I'll see my father tomorrow. You know what I mean? Shout out to my pops. Spent it with my son, obviously. That was a great time. He had a nice little outfit on. You know what I mean? He was doing his thing. You know what I mean? Salute. Shout out to my boy Coffee Plan. He said plate number 8. God damn. Yo, I had no appetite today, bro. I only ate one plate and I was cooked. I don't know why. Usually I'm good for, you know, eating multiple plates. With plate number 8, bro, you gonna be shitting. You gonna be shitting, boy. God damn. 88 Sports Talk, what up? My brother always showing love in the building, man. Salute to you, champ. Go 787, my Puerto Rican brother. What's going on? Shout out to Puerto Rico. Like Donald Trump say, Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Isla de Enchanta. I think that's what they call it. King of Brooklyn, what up? King of Brooklyn, what's going on, brother? Shout out to my Brooklyn people. I mean, shout out to my boy Ray. Shout out to King of Brooklyn. Shout out to my pops, Coney Island. What up? What's going on? He said, should have never super chat it. YouTube take a percent. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? Like I said, I forgot. So I'm grateful that I'm glad he sent the money, period. So I ain't tripping, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Light F. Connor with another super chat, my $2 super chat. You know what I mean? Light F. Connor always coming through with the super chat. He said, is it a good idea for David to go to 190, then 175? Not really. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that are like Terrence Crawford, where we share that similar idea that once you go up, you don't come back down. But obviously David Benavidez is, you know, very confident in his abilities to, you know, make weight and things of that nature. And considering that, he's been making weight his whole life, considering how heavy he's gotten in the past, maybe it wouldn't be that difficult of a task for him. But to be honest, I would like to see David Benavidez just continue to take out, guys at 175 until he gets that opportunity against a better Beef, until he gets his opportunity against a Bivol. It seems like Better Beef has some type of optimism in fighting Benavidez in the latest tweet he had put out speaking about Benavidez and Yard. Bivol, I don't know exactly what he got going on or what his play is going to be, but I mean? I would still like to see David Benavidez in some fights, man. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Callum Smith, which I heard him say. You know what I mean? I heard him say in the lead up to the Anthony Yard fight that after he beats Anthony Yard, he's going to be going after Callum Smith. But then, after the Yard victory, he's talking about fighting Zordo at cruiserweight. So I don't know exactly what's going on with David, to be honest with you. But me personally, I would like to see him stay at 175. You know what I mean? If you could get that interim title off of Callum Smith as well, go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? Collect those small belts until you put Bivol in a situation where he has no other choice but to fight you. Anonymous says Callum's about to fight Morrell. Is that solidified or is that a rumor? Morrell fighting Smith. Damn, so David Morrell. So Callum chose Morrell over David, huh? Damn, that's putting that's putting Benavidez in a tough situation where well, if that's the case, I didn't even hear that. Shout out to y'all for keeping me informed. They're in the purse bid stage of negotiations right now. Oh shit. So that's very serious. All right. Shout out to y'all for keeping me on point, man. Shout out to the nation. That's why I fuck with y'all. Damn. Well, if that's the case, what the fuck is Benavidez supposed to do? Like, really think about it, bro. Like, he was at 68, waiting, couldn't get those opportunities because Canelo, you know what I mean, didn't want to fight him. Let's just keep it 1,000. He ducked David Benavidez for years. So then he goes up to 75, and the reason why he goes up to 75 was to, face the other big dogs up there. But then once he gets up there, they busy fighting each other. They fought each other twice. We wanted to see the winner face Benavidez. Then Turki Al-Sheikh, gives them his word that, he'll help them with the trilogy. But then they want to do the trilogy in Russia. Then, Bivol has some type of injury. So, everything's at a standstill. Better be supposed to fight on, the same card as Benavidez on the 22nd. He ends up not fighting at all. I don't know, bro. It's like Benavidez keeps running into like a series of like unfortunate events, right? So it puts you in a situation where it's like, it puts you in a situation like, all right, if you Benavidez, you want the big opportunities. You want to do historical shit. You want to be known as a legend when it's all said and done. Those aren't his words. Those aren't my words. Those are his. So he wants to do legacy-defining shit. Because Benavidez has been getting money from what I understand. So he wants to show y'all how great he is, and he feels like going up to cruiserweight, which is something that he'll be able to do because David Benavidez walks around heavy. You know what I mean? He's always been a big dude. You feel me? Gaining weight ain't nothing new to him, and that's nothing that's difficult for him to do. So him fighting Zordo, somebody who's a big Mexican himself, that'll be an ideal fight. And to be honest with you, I got Benavidez beating Zordo. I do. Yeah, I mean, we got to see how he holds up at, cruiserweight. Is his stamina still going to be the same? Is his hand speed still going to be the same? Is his combinations, is he going to have respectable power for Zordo to, like, retreat or, shell up? I don't know. There's going to be a lot of questions. Every time you do a weight move up, it gets more difficult to get your opponent's respect in there. It's hard for your power to translate the higher you go up. Pacquiao, the only motherfucker I know that seemed to get stronger as he went up in weight. I'm sorry, y'all. It's fucking allergies is killing me. Shout out to my boy 88 Sports Talk with the $5 super chat. Shout out to Chris Maldonado too. I see you, brother. Chris Maldonado, bro. I've been butt dialing him lately. I don't know why. I had called him yesterday. And I was in the middle of a conversation with my girl. Then my son calls him while he has my phone. So it's like, why he keep falling victim to the butt dials? Ooh, wee. You ever feel like y'all about to sneeze, but then y'all can't? That's the worst feeling in the world. My boy 88 Sports talked with the $5 super chat. He said, I'm disappointed in Bivol. Like, come on, bro. These dudes be scared of the Mexican monster. It's hard for me to really. My fault, y'all. Let me check. Oh, man. But I'm not going to put the scared label on Bivol yet. Because, man, this shit cooking me bad, bro. I fucking hate this. This is another reason why I hate this weather. I get real bad seasonal depression. I get sick. Non-stop. God. The only thing I like about the cold is wearing coats and like for fashion reasons. But this bullshit the worst. But I'm not gonna say talking about some freshly baked cookies. I definitely was talking about that. I said I was gonna make some cookies for a family and I didn't. So I guess I'm a fucking liar. But anyways, it is what it is. To address 88 Sports Talks super chat, I'm not gonna put the scared label on Bivol yet because at the end of the day, you know, he was looking at it and look, he didn't have to do this. You feel what I'm saying? From what I understand, he didn't have to do this. But you know what I mean? He lost to Better Beef the first time. Better Beef gave him the opportunity with the rematch. Then he beats Better Beef, right? So they 1-1. And they were both entertaining fights, to be honest. And even though I feel like the majority of fans didn't really want to see the trilogy because there were some people that thought Bivol won both times. Better Beef gave him an opportunity, so Bivol wanted to return the favor, right? So it was kind of a conflicting situation. And I guess from a technical aspect, you could say like, yeah, like Bivol ducked Benavidez because, you know what I mean? Like he gave up his title for Benavidez to have. I get it. You know what I mean? And that's how I was feeling initially. But, you know, there was some special circumstances going on. I guess that's what you would like to call it. But at the same time, I don't know, man. Benavidez has been talking a whole lot of shit about Bivol, man. Been talking a whole lot of shit about Bivol, talking about they done sparred and he heard him in sparring. You know what I mean? Like he whooped his ass type shit. Like he just feeling real confident. Like he pushing Bivol's buttons and Bivol's not really doing anything to let us know that he's willing to make the fight happen. You know what I mean? Like I said, he may be attending to these injuries and he's not necessarily worried about what's going on in the internet. I understand that. And plus, you know what I mean? From what I understand, he got situations going on with his, you know, he got some baby mama drama like a lot of us do. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what to make of it. But I don't think people are too far off in their assessment like 88 Sports Talk that, you know, dude's not really willing to face David Benavidez. You know what I mean? Now, does Bivol have a chance at beating Benavidez? Absolutely. I'm picking Benavidez to win. I think despite, you know, Bivol's boxing ability and, you know, his jab and, you know, how fundamentally sound he is, like real crafty, intelligent fighter, I think Benavidez has what it takes, you know what I mean, to, you know, outwork Bivol. I think he can put that pressure on Bivol. I think he can outwork him. I think that'll be very interesting. But Bivol is really good at countering, especially in the catching and shooting department. He's strong. He got respectable pop. You know, Benavidez, in my opinion, out of the 3 fights he done had at 175, I seen him get hurt in 2 of them. I seen David Morrell hurt David Benavidez. I seen Anthony Yard buzz David Benavidez in that fight as well with a right hand at the beginning of the round. At the beginning of one of those last rounds before Yard got stopped, I see Yard buzz Benavidez with a right hand, and then he went to just go against the ropes. Seemed like he was getting his bearings back. So, you know, if these guys could hurt him, why can't Bivol? Bivol's he's at the top of the division. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that'll be a great competitive fight, but it just sucks that what I am going to say is that it sucks that Benavidez, regardless of where he goes, it seems like he can't get an opportunity. But, you know, it seems like Zordo is optimistic in facing Benavidez. Benavidez must have heard something behind the scenes, like, yo, like they willing to make the fight happen, Cinco de Mayo weekend, blah, blah, blah. He might have to go for that. My boy 88 said he gave it up. He gave up his belt not to fight him. To me, it's a duck. I mean, technically it is. Technically it is. You feel me? Like, Kell Brook had every reason to vacate his title when Errol Spence became his mandatory in the IBF. You know what I mean? He just came off of a broken orbital, moved up 2 weight divisions to fight Triple G. Kell Brook was like, oh, no, fuck all that. He was like, fuck all that. I ain't giving up this belt. He going to have to come rumble me in my country. So Errol Spence was like, all right, here I come. Like it's really no excuse. Did they have a rematch clause? Did Bivol and Butterbeef have a rematch clause in that second one, or they were just playing it by ear? I don't know. Ledev Connor said Bivol admitted to getting whooped in sparring. Oh, I didn't hear him personally say that, but what I'm gonna say is, just because you got whooped in sparring don't mean that'll translate to the actual fight. I remember when Fernando Vargas was sparring Yuri Boy Campos back in the days. They said that Yuri Boy used to make Fernando Vargas cry. Like in sparring sessions, used to make him cry. And from what I understand, I think Fernando Vargas had actually ended up fighting Yuri Boy in the pros, and he beat him. You know what I'm saying? So, just because somebody beats you up in sparring don't mean it's going to translate to the real fight. You know what I mean? So there's that. But my boy Go787 said, I think Bivol Benavidez is still 50-50, but sounds like some duck moves, but wasn't Bivol hurt? Yeah, from what I understand, he got some type of injury going on. Didn't he have surgery on his back or some shit like that? He said Bivol's injury is a pre-existing, so it's been going on for a while. Back injury that requires surgery in August 2025. The injury, a herniated disc in his lower back, had worsened over a decade, with each training camp impacting his performance. God damn, I can't read today. The surgery was successful, and he is now in rehabilitation program with a goal of returning to the ring in early 2026. Okay. Says, yeah, so it was a herniated disc in his lower back. Kept bothering him for over 10 years, but it worsened with each training camp. Okay. He's on a 6-week rehab program. So if he got the surgery in August, man, that rehab program been over. If it's 6 to 8 weeks, that been over. Because that was 3 months ago. So that been over. So he must be like getting ready for his return. Because it's about to be December, yo. The year about to be over. We about to be in 2026. Hey, that's some crazy shit, bro. I feel like 2025 just started. But yeah. Bivol could be back early 2026. So usually when I hear early 2026, I'm thinking about like the first third of the year. So like within the first 4 months. You know what I mean? Possibly the first quarter of 2026. So that's the first 3 months. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing Dimitri Bivol come back, though. But this is the anonymous said they made it clear that he ain't fighting again until 2026. That's cool. That's understandable, especially coming off of a, surgically repairing a herniated disc in somebody's back. That's been a decade-long injury. That's crazy. I don't even know why he waited that long. But that should have been taken care of, especially if you a top-tier boxer. Like, why would you want to deal with having a herniated disc in your back for over a decade? That's insane. That's a different type of pain tolerance right there. But, yeah, and I highly doubt Dimitri Bivol will come back to face Benavidez coming off of that injury. I just don't see that happening. I think Benavidez is just impatient at this point. You know what I mean? I think he played this part and like, just waiting around for Canelo. He's seen how that didn't work out. He feels like he's young, but he also don't feel like he has time to waste. He don't want to be known as one of those guys that sit around waiting for an opportunity like Triple G. Once Triple G got that Canelo Alvarez opportunity, he didn't fight. He didn't dare fight nobody else that was top tier. He just waited around for Canelo, just hoping that Canelo give him an opportunity. I guess it paid off because he got 3 of them things, but Triple G could have done so much more and fought so many more different people. Gold said that disc gonna bother him for life, especially if it's cold. Yeah, and he did the surgery in Russia, from what I read. In St. Petersburg. That shit. I heard it get cold over there. I ain't never been over there, but I heard it get cold than a motherfucker. So, yeah. They say he's doing 2 hours of rehab daily. Sheesh. Yeah, man. Feel bad for David, though. You can tell David really wants to prove himself. But, these series of unfortunate events, like I said, been, fucking up his chances. You know what I'm saying? But, man, let's talk about the fight that's coming up early December between Shakur Cruz, Lamont Roach Jr. for the WBC interim title at 140 pounds. Now, shout out to Lamont Roach, man, because he's been out here, doing his best to promote the fights, whether, he's been going, he's been live streaming. I seen him do an interview with Nightcap, which is Chad Ochocinco with Shannon Sharp. They got one of the best podcasts on the net. You feel what I mean? And Lamont Roach was chopping it up with them on there. I didn't get to hear the whole thing, but I pretty much heard a majority of it. And Lamont Roach is ready to rumble, man. He was saying how he's been having a great training camp. His dad has been, strategically, gathering some great sparring for Lamont Roach. Lamont said that he got some tough guys in there that's been pushing him to the limit. He promises to be in dog shape, and that he's going to be ready to throw punches for 12 straight rounds. And that's the exact mentality you need to have when going in there with somebody like Pitbull Cruz, because Pitbull Cruz, especially if you're not a fighter that really uses their feet that much, you at least got to have your defense sharp, especially on the inside and things of that nature. But your conditioning got to be top notch. Like, you got to have in your head, like, yo, if I got to throw punches for 12 straight rounds for 36 minutes, then it is what it is. I got to get it done. And it seems like Lamont Roach already has that locked in on his mindset going into this fight. And I've seen the pictures. He looks to be in phenomenal shape. Let me go ahead and pull up these pictures to show y'all, because he looks in phenomenal shape, y'all. You can tell he's filling into that 140-pound division pretty well. Let's take a look right here. Let's take a look at this. Don't look fat at all. Arms big, chest, neck, paws. Even you can even see the thighs. Like, he's a bigger guy. He's definitely a bigger guy. He definitely ain't no a smaller dude that just moving up in weight. He ain't got no business being at the weight. No, Lamont looks to be in great shape. He looks to be in great shape, and he seems like he's dialed in. He's focused, and he said something in the interview that really caught my eye. And what he has said, I think Chad had started the question with, "Yeah, man, you're gonna have to be ready to be doing a whole lot of moving." He was like, "Says who?" That's exactly what he said, like off the rip. Didn't even think about it. He was like, "Says who?" He said, "Man, I ain't gonna be moving around as much as y'all think." So this is letting me know. That Roach really intends on sitting in the pocket with Pitbull. He's going to take a different approach with Pitbull, because a lot of people have taken that approach and pretty much have fallen short. However, not the people that have fallen short, like Rolly Romero, all these other dudes, that have faced Pitbull and come up short. They didn't have their defense as tight as Lamont Roach's, and they weren't superb counter punches like Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach has great timing in terms of, countering his opponents. He also punches in between punches. You know what I mean? His punches are short as well. And when you look at somebody like Pitbull Cruz who throws wide punches, see these punches coming from a country mile away, that could give Lamont Roach a lot of opportunities to get his offense off and get the better of these exchanges and win these rounds. You know what I mean? Not only that, but Lamont Roach isn't necessarily a pillow puncher. You know what I mean? And I tell y'all all the time, just because you're not this one-punch knockout artist don't mean that you cannot knock anybody out. That doesn't mean that you can't get a stoppage. There's been plenty of fighters who weren't the biggest punchers but got stoppages throughout their career, like Andre Ward. Like I said, some of the biggest fights that he's had in his career, he was able to win by stoppage. Like when he fought Chad Dawson, he stopped Chad Dawson. Top tier guy. When he ended his career off and faced Sergey Kovalev, the crusher, he stopped Sergey Kovalev. Now, you tell me if Andre Ward was a knockout artist. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He was not a knockout puncher, but his punches were sharp. He placed his punches really well, and that's what really did the damage. There's more than one way to knock somebody out. There's more than one way than to hurt somebody. And if you don't have for the guys who don't have the biggest punching power, they seem to be able to substitute it with punch placement, because you don't have to hit somebody that hard in boxing. If you place the shot in the right place, it could really shut a fighter down. You know what I mean? Shout out to the boy Marlon in the building. What up? So I think Lamont Roach has those capabilities. I think he might even have some pop on his punches. Like, I seen Gervonta Davis, hurt, or rocked several times throughout that fight. You haven't seen Gervonta rocked in many fights. I've seen him actually be able to take punches, the majority of his fights. I feel like Lamont Roach was the only one who had him looking like he was seriously like in some sort of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So with Isak Cruz, who may have a good poker face, but I've seen him hurt in fights as well. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that uppercut from Rayo Venezuela, you know what I'm saying, that pretty much lifted him off his feet. He was able to weather the storm because he a dog, you know what I mean? But there's weaknesses there. You know what I mean? He ain't this iron-plated chin motherfucker like people, try to pretend that he is. You know what I mean? The right shot could really put Pitbull Cruz in some danger. You know what I mean? Go 787 said timing is everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially when you got a fighter like Pitbull Cruz in front of you who, gets reckless, who, is a come-forward pressure fighter who's going to be there to be hit. Fierro also had Pitbull drunk in the third round. That's another one. I remember that as well. Yeah. So you telling me those guys can hurt him and Lamont Roach can't? It's possible is what I'm saying. So let's not be surprised if we see Isak Cruz hit that canvas or, get buzzed during the fight. I think Lamont Roach is bound to have a great performance, but what stood out to me more than anything was what he was wanting to do after this fight. And I don't perceive Lamont Roach to be a liar because I've never heard him lie to this date. You feel what I'm saying? And that's, facing the winner of Subriel Matias and Dalton Smith. Now, obviously, that's pending because of, the Subriel Matias' PED situation right now. I don't know if they're going to continue with the fight. It seems like New York State Athletic Commission is going to give them the green light. I think what's really, still in the air right now is the WBC's stance. You know what I mean? Like their decision. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna be the determining factor what the WBC does. Historically, they seem to let a lot of PED users slide. You know what I mean? Find them not guilty of intentionally taking performance enhancement drugs, so they carry on. But it seems like I've seen them historically do that with their own, Mexican fighters. Let's see how the way they carry this with a non-Mexican fighter, because, to this, like I remember Oscar Valdez in the lead up to the Conceição fight, he tested positive for the PED, right? The WBC did their due process. They found him not guilty. You know what I mean? So they let him slide. He was still able to fight and defend his WBC title in the process. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let's see how they do it with Sue Burrell, whose numbers technically were under the fucking, you know, the New York State Athletic Commission's limit. So we'll see how that shit goes, man. We'll see how that shit goes. My boy Anonymous in the building, he said Lamont punches to the body too. That's another thing. Because Eastside Cruz is so small, you know, him being 5'2", 5'3", whatever he is, a lot of people don't really want to go to his body because, you know, that could be a dangerous thing to do. That could be a dangerous thing to do because with Eastside Cruz's short arms, he may be able to counter you faster if you were to take that chance and going down there. Lamont, being a sharp puncher that he is, and like I said, somebody who punches in between shots, he could probably catch Eastside Cruz with a body shot, you know, uppercut to the body, whatever the case is, while he's lunging in with a big hook. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely a possibility, and I would love to see how Eastside Cruz responds to that because, you know, I've never really seen him consistently get hit to the body, if at all. Like I don't even know. I don't even recall a time where I seen him get hit clean to the body. Could be tripping, but that's not something that, you know, locked into my mind. You know what I mean? That's not anything that I remember personally. Let's see. What's Lamont Roach's height, though? Because I know he's taller than Pitbull. He's 5'7", 5'6", 5'7". Damn, Lamont's smaller than I thought he was. And Eastside Cruz is 5'3", 5'4". I think that's bullshit, to be honest. But I remember they said Gervonta Davis was like 5'5". I swear I even see Gervonta Davis be listed as 5'4", and Cruz looks significantly smaller than Tank. Let me see something. Yeah, 5'5". So Tank is 5'5". Pitbull is 5'4". All right, let's see how they look. I guess. Yeah, Tank looked like he got an inch or two height advantage on Pitbull. But whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, Roach is short, but he's stocky. Yeah, you can tell in the picture. Look at that picture. He looks to be in phenomenal shape. He locked in. He ready to go. He ain't playing. So this is going to be an interesting fight. I think it's going to be a very exciting fight. So really, really looking forward to seeing that. I also seen in the WBC check-in weigh-ins, you know what I mean, the weigh-ins that the Schofields aren't too, you know, fond of. I actually seen that Lamont Roach was heavier than Eastside Cruz, and a lot of people took that by surprise, considering the fact that you know, Lamont's the one that's moving up in weight. How is he heavier than Eastside Cruz? It's like, bro, Lamont's the bigger man. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even really hard to figure out. That's not really hard to decipher whatsoever. Yes, Lamont Roach has fought at 130 pounds, but you know what I mean? He had to make sacrifices to get down to that weight. You know what I mean? Eastside Cruz, he's underweight. He was actually undersized for 135. So, of course, he's going to be undersized for 140. Lamont Roach, from a height standpoint, he may be a little small for the division, but, you know what I mean, from a frame standpoint, he'll fit in just fine. You could tell. Look how the way he looks there. But they say he weighed 100 and they say he was like 148 or some shit like that. At the 2-week weigh-in, he was 148, so he got 8 more pounds to go. Eastside Cruz was like 145 pounds. It's like it's not really a surprise for me. And to be honest, 3 pound difference ain't really shit in the lead up to, you know, when you're 2 weeks out from a fight. And Ocho Cinco had asked him in the interview, Shannon Sharp had asked Lamont Roach what was his walking around weight, and he said 150 pounds. Now, Lamont Roach had 150 pounds, and Eastside Cruz at 150 pounds. I'm sure it looked a lot different. Like, because I've seen Eastside Cruz outside of like training camp, his face be all round, and he be like a little pudgy motherfucker. Like you can tell he get a little, You know what I mean? He be fucking that kind of asada up, especially today. I bet you Cruz snuck in a little plate real quick. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Um, Lamont Roach is the bigger man now. Is he going to be able to use that to his advantage? Because it seems like a lot of people had trouble pushing Ishak Cruz back. Yeah, I mean, I just hope that Lamont Roach, mixes it up. I hope he don't just stay in the pocket too long, you know what I mean, and give Ishak Ishak Cruz an opportunity to land the big shot. You know what I mean? Because Ishak Cruz, he swing wild, man. I don't want none of those punches to hit the temple, whatever. Fuck with Lamont Roach's equilibrium. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think he's gonna fight a great fight. But I think his bread and but I think what's really gonna help him in this fight is his timing. I think his ability to punch in between punches. I think his overall counter punching ability is gonna give Ishak Cruz a lot of fits. And it's not like Cruz is somebody who adapts in there. Like, Ishak Cruz gives you one way. He gives you one way, and it's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. You feel what I mean? And Ishak Cruz knows that. That's why he intentionally avoids certain styles. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard he turned down the Keyshawn Davis fight. He don't want to fight no Shakur Stevenson. He don't want to face any Black American boxers that have the ability to box. You know what I mean? Like he fought he fought Ryo under the impression that Ryo was gonna bang with him. You know what I mean? He's fighting Lamont Roach under the assumption that Lamont is gonna bang with him. He watched that tape fight and was like, "Oh yeah, I like that. I like the fact I ain't gotta look for him. As long as Ishak Cruz feels like he ain't gotta look for you, and you're gonna actually give him a chance to land some punches, he gonna fight you." You know what I'm saying? So, Bella Face says, "Why does Roach still have a belt at 130?" I have no idea. I have no idea. That's a great question for the WBA. I don't even know. When was the last time Roach was at 130? Because it has to be well over a year already. I think it's when he fought Hector Luis Garcia, right? No, it's actually when he fought McCrory. So it's been since June of 2024. So we talking about a year and almost a year and a half. In a couple weeks, it'll be a year and a half since Lamont Roach has fought at 130 pounds. It's gonna be even longer than that because after this Ishak Cruz fight, he probably not gonna come back to the summer. So it's like what's going on, bro? Like, is y'all gonna take this belt away from Lamont Roach due to him not fulfilling his obligations as a champion? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's a great fucking question. Junior said, Mazuma, what do you think about Lamont Roach footwork? I would have to really look at it to really give you an assessment on that. I would have to watch some fights of his and really specifically look at that to give you like a sharp opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just can't tell you off rip, but I can tell you this. I don't think that's the best part of Lamont Roach's game. I can tell you that. I don't know if that'll help you, but let's take a look. Let's watch. Let's look at his fight with Jamel Herring. Lamont Roach, he just comes across as like a stepper. You know what I mean? Like Lamont Roach ain't the type dude who gonna really use his feet to get away from you. Like I'm watching this Jamel Herring fight right now, and he's trying to step to Jamel, and even when Jamel's firing, he's just coming in behind his high guard. You feel me? I don't really see him really doing too much. I see him using his L step to step around and shit like that, try to find a different angle. But He's good with the small steps. You know what I mean? He doesn't really crowd himself too much. He doesn't really crowd himself when he's getting these punches off. Yeah, I don't really see that as like one of the biggest assets of his game. That's for sure. Lamont looks to be in great shape, bro. Isak might be in trouble, man. You know what I mean? Like physiques don't win fights, but it lets you know exactly, how locked in he is. You feel me? Or how seriously he's taking this fight. I just don't see him coming back to 30. I think the WBA should recognize that and, get that division moving. Like, what are we doing? Can you imagine the people that is highly ranked in the WBA at 130 right now? They're like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Y'all gonna do something? It's like we just gonna sit around and just wait for an opportunity to appear. Like, get this fucking belt off of Lamont already. You're not worried about us. You added that's 2-on-5. Where? Oh, okay. I was about to say I can't even see his comments. Just watching Lamont Roach right now. Trying to get an idea for where like his footwork is, but I'm not really seeing him utilize any. I do think he's gonna have to use it against Isak Cruz in spots because, like, let's say Isak Cruz gets in like a good little, let's say he catches a good little rhythm. You know what I mean? Wouldn't be ideal to continue standing in front of Isak. I mean, like if he get a couple good combinations going, disrupt it. Walk away from him. Take him for a walk. Make him reset. Slow, like take that momentum away from him and get back to doing what you was doing, what was making you successful in the fight. You know what I mean? It's like the equivalent of like, like an NBA team just going crazy. They drop 3 10s in a row. I mean, 10 threes in a row. You know what I mean? Like they going crazy. Stop the fucking clock. Like call the timeout so you could cool these motherfuckers down real quick. I mean, that's how I look at it. So, yeah, I think he's gonna have to use his footwork, but at the same time, I don't think Lamont's really intended on doing that. He doesn't really seem to be like a footwork heavy guy. Like that's not his first route. That's not his first avenue. Looking at this Lamont Roach and Hector Garcia fight now. I see him taking like he got some understanding of distance though. Taking small steps coming forward when somebody steps forward, he takes small steps back. He knows how to get in and out of range with his feet, and he doesn't overstep. So I could say that it seems like Lamont Roach's feet aren't flashy. It seems simple, but at the same time, it's effective. That's how I take it. You know what I mean? Like he's fighting that southpaw right here. He's doing the traditional thing. I see him, trying to keep his foot outside of, Hector Garcia's. I mean, he has a good understanding. His feet aren't terrible. But they definitely aren't like his, it's not like his biggest tool in his arsenal. You feel me? It ain't like a Lomachenko or it's not like a fucking Ben Rodriguez or nothing like that. But he knows how to use them. I'm seeing him. He stabbed that right hand to Hector Luis Garcia's body with his foot outside. You know what I'm saying? But he's more of like he is stubborn. He like to hold his ground even when somebody punch him. You know what I mean? He doesn't really go anywhere. He doesn't move too far out. It's actually pretty efficient, to be honest with you. I like Lamont's style. I like his style. The outskirts of San Antonio. Oh, Marissa, you gonna be there? Marissa be in the building. She don't be playing. Marissa really be in the building, bro. She be really at the fights, though. If you look at Marissa page, she got pictures with all these different fighters. Like, she really love the game. She love the hustle. Junior said, watch the first few rounds against Tank when Tank was boxing. Roach was getting frustrated. I mean, when Tank decides to use, he actually has pretty intelligent feet. He actually has pretty good footwork. The Eastside Cruz fight showed me that. I seen some training clips of him, showcasing his feet. Gervonta got some quick feet, man. He's a great athlete. It's just a shame that, he has the mentality that he has. You feel me? Very, very exceptional athlete, in my opinion. And yeah, I can see when Tank gets on his toes and he starts boxing, yeah, I can see how that could frustrate somebody like Lamont. Because Lamont, you know what I mean? You could tell like he not really with all that extra shit. He like the rumble. He like the rumble, man. But Lamont ended up getting what he wanted. That turned into a shootout eventually. The fuck is this girl doing? Let me see. What the people talking about? Shout out to the 14 people that's in the building. I did come on late. I just wanted to apologize for that yet again. My son was giving me a lot of issues, bro. But yeah, man. My boy Anonymous said he's got footwork. It's just that more of the DMV fighter style, they tend to stand their ground more. Yeah, like I totally agree with that. Like Tank for the most part, he not from the DMV, but he likes to stand his ground a lot. Lamont Peterson, he liked to stand his ground a lot. Yeah. Gary Antoine Russell. Yeah. So they definitely seem to share that. So I might go to the media workout center that's open to the public, get some pics and photographs. Absolutely. Go do that, man. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. I love when that's why I like when Boots fights in the city, man, because there's not really any big fights that get made over here anymore in Philadelphia. So whenever he does like a homecoming fight, at the Wells Fargo, even if he does one in Atlantic City, it's always dope to see that shit, man. Like seeing how the way these big fights are set up. Like I remember when Cody Crowley and Boots, when they were supposed to fight, they had a press conference. And man, they did it at the Wells Fargo, bro. You walked in there. And man, like the production was insane. Like the cameras and the bright lights, and actually seeing like figures that we see all the time on the internet in person. You know what I mean? Like it was dope to see, man. Like it was super dope to see how the way they do things. You feel me? Because you just used to seeing it on YouTube, so used to seeing it on social media, but seeing it in person, it just gives you a different feel. You know what I mean? Like you see these media guys in person, that you just you don't even know what they look like for real because they're always behind the camera. Like I remember what's that kid? He called himself like the Puerto Rican kid. I don't even know why he called himself that. I think that's so corny. But his name, like, it's the Puerto Rican kid, KG, and some shit like that. I always heard his voice, but I never knew what he looked like. And I was standing next to him the whole time. You see how I show my face? Motherfuckers don't really show their face all like that on here. So I remember just hearing like the interviews and stuff. I wasn't recording. I was just hearing what, Boots and Eddie Hearn had to say. When I heard his voice, I was like, oh, that's how you look. Like, oh, shit. Should be calm. Be kind of weird to see that shit. Sean Bay Mitchell used to stand his ground. Shout out to Sean Bay Mitchell. Y'all heard that boy Shakur Stevenson? He said he skipped out on Thanksgiving because Teofimo Lopez been talking shit. Excuse me. My boy Shakur said, man, fuck that turkey, cuz. This nigga said he gonna make me quit. He said he gonna stop me. I'm skipping this. That boy Shakur, he on some. You could tell he be around Bud a lot, man. That competitive drive just got him tweaking. He said, no Thanksgiving this year for me. Dude said he gonna make me quit on the stool or knock me out. We working today. Fuck that. This is like, Shakur, if you don't go ahead and get you some ham, my brother, like you bugging the fuck out. If you don't go spend time with your family, why you letting that man words get to you? I could appreciate the competitiveness. No, I could appreciate the that spirit, that drive. You feel me? But come on, man. My boy Alda Pal said Texas need to make more badass fights. Shakur lives in Houston also. Alda Pal, you Mexican? Just want to ask you that. I feel like only Mexicans say badass. Oh, he's badass. I always hear like Robert Garcia said, Bam. Yeah, see, I knew it. Shout out to my Mexicanos out there, man. I love my Mexican brothers, man. My Mexican brothers and sisters. They got a whole bunch of them at the gym. It's like more Mexicans coming to the gym. I'm like, damn, I thought y'all ain't really rock with us all like that. But you know what I mean? Because of the rivalry Puerto Rico and Mexico got, but it's all love. But I always peep Mexicans be saying that. That's badass. He was, I remember De La Hoya was like, let me tell you about William Cepeda. He is absolutely badass because he's ranked in every sanctioning body. Yeah. We move and we want to move. Fuck Shakur. De La Hoya be tripping. William Cepeda so badass. Yeah. They say that, R3. That fool is badass. Facts. As soon as I heard him say that, I'm like, yeah. Shout out to my Mexicanos, though, man. Fuck with them heavy. My father was telling me that one of my I think it was like my fourth or fifth great-grandfather actually came from Mexico. So I think it's on my dad's mother's side that he took the boat from Mexico to Puerto Rico for work opportunities, right? So he went in there. You know what I mean? He worked there. He had a family over there. He took the boat back to Mexico, and then he passed away in Mexico. So we actually got that Mexican shit running through our veins. Viva la Mexico, cabrones. Fuck you talking about? We got that shit too. I'm a warrior, Chris. I mean, Earl Spence had y'all lit for a while. You know what I mean? He fought a couple times in Dallas. What he fought? He fought Ocampo. He fought Ocampo in Texas. I think he fought Mike. Did he fight Mikey in Texas? He fought Mikey in Texas. Errol fought a few times in Dallas, right? Shit. Eddie Hearn talking about he want Bam to fight in San Antonio next. Shit, Oscar impersonation be on point. Well, I've been watching him for years. My boy Jay Cash, what up, brother? What's going on? Mike from VA said the way Venezuela fought Isaac Cruz, I feel like it's the only way to defeat him. So you feel like just boxing and moving on Isaac Cruz is the only way to beat him? I don't know, man. I think that I don't think like Isaac Cruz tough. He a dog for sure. Like he got that warrior spirit within him, but I don't think like he just is immovable, what's that unmovable or immovable force in the ring. I think that he could be pushed back. A lot of people be completely forgetting how small this dude is. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Like if somebody actually tried to be physical with Eastside Cruz, like a notable fighter, and it just didn't work, it's like, all right, well, this motherfucker's game. You feel me? Like he ain't been in there with like a Subrel who, ain't going back up. You know what I mean? Rip him. Like he ain't been in there with nobody like that. But Lamont, he is stepping back. This is gonna be a good fucking fight, bro. What I personally think is gonna happen, I think Lamont Roach is gonna win by unanimous decision. There's gonna be some people that feel like Eastside Cruz won or whatever the case is, but I think Lamont Roach is gonna win by unanimous decision, and the reason why is gonna be because his defense is gonna be tighter for one. You know what I mean? If I got to bring up the scoring criteria for a round, defense plays a part, ring general shit plays a part. You know what I mean? Effective aggression. So that's the key. Effective aggression. Motherfuckers think because you're aggressive that automatically means that you're winning the fight or you're controlling. No, effective aggression. You have to be aggressive, and it has to be having a positive impact on the fight. Like if it's being neutralized, if you're being an aggressor, but it's being neutralized, you being outboxed, then that's ineffective aggression, right? Clean, effective aggression, clean and harder punches. I think this is where Lamont Roach is going to prevail. I can see Eastside Cruz throwing a lot of big punches. A lot of them going to be hitting the gloves, hitting the arms and shit. And I can just see Lamont Roach timing them with some powerful, accurate punches. Defense, I think Lamont Roach's defense is going to be tighter. You know what I mean? And Eastside Cruz doesn't have terrible defense because he actually catches a lot of shots on the high guard as well. But with as often as he throws these wide punches, I think he's going to be vulnerable for a lot of clean counters. So I think his defense is going to be up to par with Lamont's. And Lamont Roach throws his punches real short and, tight. You feel what I'm saying? Like he don't bring his hook all the way out here. He be right here. Boom, boom, boom. And that helps him defensively because it's easier to get back on the defense. If you throw a hook from this wide out, it's going to take forever to bring that hand back. If everything is short and precise, boom, look, you bring it right here. Boom, bring it back 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 right here. Because his shots are so short and crisp, it goes right back to the defense and he's able to continue maneuvering. You know what I mean? So I think Eastside Cruz is going to be coming forward. Of course, he's going to be trying to press the action. And I think that Lamont Roach is going to be welcoming to it. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised that really wouldn't be surprised that after, Pitbull gets caught with some of these counters, he gets a little discouraged or he starts second guessing, coming in on Lamont Roach. I could see this shit being a situation where there's points where Lamont's pushing him back. And the moment that somebody, and I've been saying this for a while, the moment that Eastside Cruz gets pushed back in any fight, he's in serious danger. Because that's one thing I know for a fact Eastside Cruz cannot do. Because he's been the smaller fighter his entire life, all he knows is forward, forward, forward. Because that's the only way he's going to have any type of success. The moment that he goes backwards and is discouraged from marching forward, he's cooked. That motherfucker don't know how to take a step backwards at all. Motherfucker don't even know how to use his feet. He gonna start picking his feet up and moving? No, he cooked, bro. He ain't gonna have no choice but to take that damage. I'm telling you. I guess they consider technical skill as part of a scoring criteria for a round too. I think that's Lamont Roach all day. Of course, it's like ring generalship, who's controlling the fight's pace and, shit like that. This is a fight for Eastside Cruz. I mean, for Lamont Roach to win, man. And if he wins and he grabs that WBC interim, and let's say Subrel and Dalton Smith follows through and Subrel beats up on Dalton Smith, whatever the case is, Subrel versus Lamont is going to be a very, very grueling fight. Very grueling fight. Very grueling. My boy Dust215 said this is going to look like Bud versus Spence. Watch. Damn. So who you going to say is Bud? Is Lamont? Aaron Gonzalez said Teo versus Shakur closer than we think. First of all, we need to see if the fight is actually going to get made. Why do people? This is what I want to understand. I've seen Turkey Al-Sheikh put out that he's going to be announcing the 2026 rollout soon, and he's going to be dropping the full schedule. Blah blah blah. Cool, but the fight isn't officially announced yet. So, behind the scenes, they probably already got the contract signed. They waiting for the right time to announce it. But y'all don't learn from history. Like, y'all just learn, like, y'all just trust so easily. Like, that's what y'all do. Because I'm sorry, I can't, man. Like, this motherfucker Teo lies so much. It ain't got nothing to do with Shakur. It ain't got nothing to do with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Shakur has, delivered with fights that he could get made. Turkey has done much of the same. Teo's a fucking liar, though. Teo's a liar. And all the motherfucker gotta do is lie once, maybe twice tops. And from then on, it's like, I gotta see it. Like I can't listen to your words no more. You've proven to be unreliable. So I'm gonna sit here and just act like you telling the truth now because Shakur said, I don't give a fuck what Shakur talking about. If I don't see no press conference, I don't see no media workouts, I don't see y'all two in the ring, I don't see motherfucking Michael Buffer making his announcements. I don't believe anything this nigga say. Nothing. And Teo has act like he was gonna be doing shit, and it turns out not to do shit. Cause he a duck. So where's this all of us, like, where's this sudden courage coming from? My boy Dust 215, he's snapping. Shout out to the 32 people that was in the building. I did not expect that many people to be in here at this time. I appreciate you guys very much. He says Teo and Kid Austin flaky as fuck. That's definitely Kid Austin Pop. Now Kid Austin Pop talking about he had this whole big argument on Mill City, from what I understand, and he was saying how the only reason why Abdullah Mason got a belt is because the WBO's corrupt, just because of corruption, and you know what I mean? All this bullshit, but it's like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all motherfuckers, I'm actually in them offices. It's like, bro, stop it. First of all, y'all motherfuckers do whatever the fuck De La Hoya and them tell y'all to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, stop it. Second of all, fucking Abdullah Mason and them sent y'all offer before y'all turned it down. So stop acting like niggas ain't really get it out the mud or none of that. You feel what I mean? Because Sam Noakes are more y'all tell me if I'm tweaking. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Sam Noakes a way more dangerous opponent than Kid Austin has ever faced. I think Sam Noakes beats whoever the fuck Kid Austin done fought in the last few fights. I think Sam Noakes will beat Renee Tellez-Jerome. I think Sam Noakes will beat Tevin Farmer right now. That's just me. You feel me? So stop acting like niggas ain't really get it out the mud. It's like cut it out. Now Kid Austin calling out Tank. Man, that shit is cap. Oh yeah, he was arguing with Corey Spinks, bro. Fucking Corey Spinks. You serious? You gonna sit here and act like you know more than Corey Spinks? Man, cut that shit out. What's up? You good? You all right?
Yes.
Something in that liquor? There's something in this liquor. The air is getting thicker. I can't help but to stare at you. Oh yeah, girl, what did you do to me? What did you put up, sip up in this cup, girl? 'Cause I want you. I had a little bit too much, girl. So come over here. Fuck with y'all. Yeah, niggas don't know about that Chris Brown, cuz. But no, let me stop fucking with y'all. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Oh yeah. The only reason why they even bringing up Gervonta Davis' name right now because these niggas is ducks. Like, y'all niggas had a sprained hand. And y'all was hesitant in fighting JoJo Diaz. That let me know that y'all niggas, y'all super scary. Like y'all super scary. And y'all niggas ain't trying to take no chances right now. That's the reason why you and Golden Boy click so much, because Golden Boy, they move their fighters scary as shit. Y'all scary as shit. So y'all niggas is the perfect duo. Like, let's just keep it real. Like, De La Hoya don't believe in y'all. Y'all signed with De La Hoya, so that let me know y'all don't believe in yourselves. Because why would y'all sign with a motherfucker who don't believe in y'all? Y'all was trying to rumble Shakur. He was like, no, Floyd, no, kid Austin, no. Why fight Shakur? No, that's a tough fight. No, fuck that. Fuck that, Shakur. He's badass. No. We keep you undefeated for 10 years. Yeah. We keep you undefeated 10 years. Fuck Shakur. Fuck. No. Let's fight Jojo Diaz. Yeah. He's washed up now. We beat Jojo Diaz. He's champion. You know, he was a champion. You can learn from him now. He's easier fight. Shakur is gonna run. He's a chicken. He gonna say shit like that just for y'all niggas to pull out anyway. Like, no, Oscar. We gonna make this fight happen, Oscar. Let's make the fight happen, Oscar. Oscar don't believe in us, but it's okay. We gonna go to Saudi and we gonna beat Shakur anyway. Motherfuckers get sick. They poisoned my son. Shakur and his team, they poisoned my son. Yeah. They poisoned my son. Niggas couldn't use that poison angle with Jojo Diaz. Motherfucker had a little bit of swelling. Motherfucker had a little bit of swelling on his fucking hand. And they was like, oh no, son. We not facing JoJo. Not like that, son. You punch too hard. You punch too hard, son. That nigga, shut up. Y'all niggas scary, cuz. Like, you was a scary nigga, bro. They could be hoes. And it's like, if they wasn't talking big shit, it's like, all right, you know, it is what it is. Do what y'all niggas do. But y'all talking crazy. Y'all niggas be talking crazy like y'all certified killers. They was scared of kid. They know my son like that. Yeah. Don't nobody believe. We know you like that, nigga. And we not talking about being tough. We know you like that. Like with men. Like, we know you like that. Yo, my boy R3 in the building said, yo, when is the next Tito Mercado appearance on the channel? Damn, bro, I actually fell off with that. We were supposed to lock in, but I had ended up doing the Bruce Carrington interview. Let me reach out to him, man. It's actually a good question. I'm glad you reminded me. He actually didn't respond to me. I'm gonna have to follow up with him. He probably forgot. But around, he say Tuesdays or Thursdays are the best days for him. So most likely, I'm gonna try to let's try to push. I'm gonna try to push for this Tuesday coming up. So let's try to get that. Motherfucker said they saved JoJo. He said, yeah, JoJo's pretty spiritual, and I think God was on his side. You know, God was on his. Nigga, y'all the ones who pulled out, nigga. You played the role. You act like God played this role in removing your son. No, you remove your son. Nigga, is you God? No, nigga. Use a queer. Like, you ain't God, nigga. Use a feminine, just like a lot of these Dominicans. You know what? Let me not even disrespect Dominicans like that. As soon as I see Schofield was Dominican, I was like, oh, man, I should have known. Because a lot of these Dominican old heads, they be mad feminine. Tell me I'm lying. And ain't no disrespect to my Dominican brother. I get confused for y'all all the time. Especially when a motherfucker got a tan. Niggas be thinking I'm Dominican all the time. No disrespect. And I got a lot of close friends that are Dominican. But y'all know what I'm talking about. They said that nigga name in jail was Victoria. Lick. Like yummy. He said, my name Lictoria. Yo, that's some crazy shit. Nigga call you Lictoria. They call me Black Coffee because niggas like me because I'm dark. It's like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, yo, this nigga tripping. Shout out to my boy Lorenzo in the motherfucking Benzo showing love from out Japan with the $2 super chat. He said, just in case we get demonetized. That's what it's looking like, brother. Goddamn. But shout out to everybody. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Shout out to my boy Des215 with the $20 super chat. Shout out to Lady of Connor with the $2 super chat. 88 Sports Talk with the $5 super chat. And my boy Lorenzo with the $2 super chat. It is very much appreciated. He was a wife in jail for sure. Yeah, he was, man, he was hand washing everybody drawers in there for sure. Don't nobody wash day-day drawers like me. That nigga trying to wash a jaw. He just don't do it like me. Yeah, like you one of them weird ass niggas like that. You a competitive gay nigga. How you gonna compete with a nigga? Man, let me shut up, bro. Let me shut up. But anyways. Yeah, we talking too much. Yo, this nigga said, this nigga Lorenzo wild. He said he hanging his thongs on the prison cell door to dry. I was gonna say he hang them bitches on the ceiling fan and just let that bitch spin around. I don't think they got ceiling fans in jail. Yeah. He just but Auntie Scobie killing me though. Cause he said one time, he said, anybody call me auntie to my face, see what happened. Nigga, now that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Cause I would love for you to, nigga, your son ain't gonna help you. Your son ain't cut like that. Especially in Philly, niggas will open his face up. Nigga, you crazy? Fuck you mean if I call you auntie, you gonna do something. Nigga, stop talking like that now. Stop acting like a fucking girl, nigga. This nigga say this nigga hang his thongs on the cell door to dry. That's crazy. He said it's getting dark. No, it ain't getting dark. I'm just like, nigga, what are you talking about? Like, you talking all this gangster shit. I went to jail for lighting the nigga up. It's like, that's how I know you a bitch. Like, nigga, stop it. Yeah, like, man, you ain't saying nothing, nigga. Grew up with a million niggas that's like that. That don't scare nobody. That just mean you's a gangster gay. It's like it's a lot of gangster gay niggas out here. Like, it's all right. Lit up a nigga rear end. That's crazy. That's fucking wild. Prison don't got guns. Yeah, but he said that's the reason why he went to prison. But it just be confusing because it's like, oh, we was homeless, son. We was homeless. Single father, yeah, dad raised. I don't know, bro. I don't know. The ghost, that's crazy. He'll never beat me in a fight, but I get what you're saying. But yeah, Auntie Scobie tripping. Like, what are you talking about? Cause like you over here talking about like we want to fight Abdullah next. Y'all always talking about how y'all want to fight niggas next, but then y'all be in position to fight niggas and y'all don't do it. Like he said, oh, we'll fight Shakur next. I heard him say that. I think you had the opportunity to fight Shakur. You talk about the British Boxing Board of Control pulled y'all out. It's like, sound good, bro. Sound good. Sound like the whole lead up to the fight, you ain't want to rumble. You got coming up with all these excuses trying to find a way out. Niggas ripped the signature card out your passport. But he said they broke into his crib and stole the signature page out his passport. You know, that by him going to Saudi Arabia for the press conference or whatever the case is, they were trying to stop. You try to fuck up. What he said? Try to fuck up the training camp. As a Shakur didn't go over there himself. What else he said? He said the SWAT came to his house and found drugs in his car or some shit like that. There was a bunch of weird shit they was talking. I'm like, yo, this nigga don't want to rumble. Like, he panicking. Nigga became a schizophrenic. Like, what you mean niggas is doing this to you? Like, bro, Shakur don't give a fuck about you. Man, Schofield and Abdullah is a hell of a fight. I got Abdullah fucking Kid Austin up, though. But Kid Austin got some tricks up his sleeve now. He fast. He explosive. You know what I'm saying? He got some good combinations. He got power. That's a good fight, man. Abdullah get a little risky. Like, he get a little how you say this? He get a little reckless. Like, he like to fight too much. You feel me? Abdullah young, so maybe he just need to do some maturing in the ring, but he got to know when to turn it on and turn it off. Like, he ain't got like, Abdullah don't got a chill button. You feel me? I genuinely think he don't got a chill button. So, but if he go into that fight mature and he just boxing and just letting the offense flow, I think he'll really fuck Kid Austin up. But there's something about Kid Austin that his father doesn't believe in 100%. Because you don't move how Auntie Sko moves and simultaneously believe in him. There's something about his son that he knows that the world hasn't seen yet that he doesn't want to reveal just yet. You feel what I mean? Because if they believed in him, how they claim they do, they would have moved him how they moved Abdullah Mason. But they're not. They're holding him back. If they're holding you back, it's something going on. It's something going on. I don't know if it's a cardio issue. I don't know if that's an issue. It's something, though. Trust me. He don't believe in his son how he claimed. My boy Anonymous says, Mason be stressing me out with the dog fight shit. I even seen his dad going crazy in the corner trying to get him to chill. Yeah, and I heard somebody else in the corner that was giving perfect instructions. Was saying exactly what I would have said. Like, bro, you could make this a lot easier than, you know what I mean? Then you're making it. Get your punches off and just turn him. Just turn him. Stop sitting in the pocket. Fast hands, turn him. Turn him. And every time, and like he would do it for a while, like he'll do it for a little bit, and then he'll go back to what he was doing. So it's like, I hope Abdullah isn't one of those dudes that don't listen to their corner. Like, I hope you're not one of them talented motherfuckers that think you know it all. Like, I'm not gonna put that label on Abdullah, but you know, it was some signs where I was like, this nigga Abdullah don't believe in his corner, or he just like, is he hard-headed? Like what's the situation with him? Because I feel like your corner shouldn't have to tell you no more than once to do something and you do it. It's like you paying them for a reason. You know, you hired them as your coaches and your corner man for a reason. It's like you trust them with your fights. You trust them with their ability to make game plans. You're compensating them for their services. Listen to your coaches. I would never put nobody in my corner that I didn't believe in. And I'm not saying that's Abdullah's viewpoint. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they're giving you the perfect instructions. You'll follow through and you'll have success, but something in you just doesn't want to follow through with it 100%. What is that? Is that your lack of focus? Is that your lack of maturity in the ring? Do you have doubts about the instructions they're giving you? What is it? That's what I would love to ask Abdullah, bro. Because he could have made that fight so much easier. Like he could have dished out that same punishment to Sam Noakes and got hit a lot less. This is my opinion. Boxing Wiz says I put Mason versus Noakes for +1 knockdown and didn't get it. I was blown. Man, Sam Noakes is just a tough motherfucker, bro. Because it looked like he was about to go down a few times. He just wouldn't. His mental fortitude, his endurance was just there, bro. It's just like you may have fucked your money up, but you gotta respect that dude, man. That's a tough motherfucker, bro. That would have packed up a lot of people. Like the shit that Abdullah was hitting Sam Noakes with to the body, to the head shots. I seen him like drill a fucking left hand to his temple, bro. And like Sam Noakes, you could tell he had no idea where he was for like a slight moment, but then got right back in the mix. Or he'll get hurt to the body real quick, look like he about to take a knee, but then, stop from doing that, then fire off a combination. Like Sam Noakes really refused to take like no as an answer. Sam Noakes was getting hurt to the head and the body several times throughout the fight. And I was seeing, I'm like, oh shit. I said, here it go. But Sam Noakes found a way to get by. Like he got past it. And I'm gonna tell you what, this fight either it helped improve Abdullah. Depends on his viewpoint. I don't know him personally. He's probably gonna watch this fight and be like, yo, I can't afford to keep getting hit like this. You know what I mean? No more dog fights. We're gonna box this shit smart. He can have that viewpoint and then come into this, these next fights, a more disciplined fighter. And if he develops a strong sense of discipline, he's gonna be even more dangerous. But there's a possibility he might look at that fight and be like, oh man, I got a chin, man. These niggas can't hurt me neither. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start stepping, man. This how we gonna carry it now. And put himself in even more harm's way. So we'll see. Abdullah Mason got some wise people around him. Seem to be very humble people. So I'm sure they'll keep it real with him and tell him the truth. He said, I'm glad he got that fight, though. I'm tired of these dudes fighting. These dudes fighting guts. It's just guys that just go down and out from one single hard punch. Yeah, bro. When you step up in competition, when you step up, especially when you face other solid, opponents, other top contenders that happen to be in your weight class, it's going to be harder to hurt these guys. Their punch resistance is going to be better. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be faster. They're going to be more intelligent. They're going to make you think a little more. They're going to push you a little more than the other guys. So this was something that Abdullah really needed. Outer Pal said, I wasn't really surprised with Mason. Usually the European ain't making it to 12 with the black or Hispanic unless they Ukraine certain Europeans. Yeah, for sure. I definitely hear what you're saying, brother. Yeah, Sam Noakes is different. That motherfucker is tough. That's like if you took anything from that fight, you could pick apart Sam Noakes' flaws. He is strong, motherfucker. He punch hard. He was in great shape because part of your endurance is like how great a shape that you're in. Because if you're fatigued, you break down a lot quicker and you're more likely to get packed up. Sam Noakes had to be in phenomenal shape to take that beating that he took and still keep marching forward. As fight like that resiliency. That's a testament to how great a shape he was in. He was ready. That's not just mental. That's something that that's some type of like besides mental fortitude, it takes a certain level of shape to walk through fire and just keep prevailing. Like that's very impressive, bro. A lot of people lost money on knockout or knockdown. Yeah, I would have been one of them because I would have picked Abdullah for the stoppage. So I'd have got fucked over either way. I'm glad I didn't bet because I had everything right except that fight. I had picked David Benavidez for the stoppage. I picked Devin Haney for the decision. I picked Ben for the stoppage. And I picked Abdullah for the stoppage. So if I'd have did a 4-leg draw, I would have got the 3 and fucked up on Abdullah, man. For sure. So, yeah, I'm glad I didn't pick that either. I think a lot of people, because when I was watching Sam Noakes, I'm like, all right, he looks strong as shit. He got good punching power, but it seems like he's only effective when he's punching at close range. Then I assess Abdullah Mason. I'm like, yo, he got a great jab. He could box from the outside. I mean, if he keeps this outside fight, he could pick Sam Noakes off from the outside with his reach advantage. Punching between his guard. Punch around his guard. Run him into some good shit when I seen Sam Noakes seems to lunge in at times too. And Abdullah was doing a little bit of that. Like he was boxing beautifully in spots. Great jab. It was a great power jab. Combinations. He was timing them real well when he was coming in, hurting them. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't stick with it. It seems like I'm not sure, but it seems like Abdullah Mason gets bored in there and just wants to get into a shootout when, you know what I mean? You gotta find a way to find some type of entertainment in boxing a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like Ryan Garcia where he was like, man, it was boring, so I just went. Like when he got knocked out by Tank, he said, man, we was boxing. I just got bored, so I just went for it. Like, it's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Yeah, Southwest, you definitely need a balance. It's good to know that Abdullah Mason has that in him. So because if there's a situation where he needs to bring that out, we won't have to doubt it. He could pull that out, his bag of tricks. But you gotta know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Noakes the type motherfucker I think Abdullah Mason could have broken down early, and when Sam Noakes ain't had nothing left, then you step to him. Mason was stepping to him off the rip. That's not the smart thing to do. The early rounds is when these guys are the most powerful. So, but I guess Abdullah Mason just needed to get that out of his system. I just hope it's not a repetitive thing. You know what I mean? Because Abdullah Mason's very talented, but punches add up, man. Especially at a high level. They add up. Should have used a 74-inch reach. He would have made it so much easier, Anonymous. He'd have made it so much easier. Sam Noakes wouldn't even have touched him. For real. You might have had the most entertaining fight of the night, to be real. But you probably would have gotten performance of the night if you fought a disciplined fight. Go said what bothers me about Abdullah at times is he stops using his jab in moments where it could help him. Yeah, and I think that's like I said, I chalk that up to, I think it's a lack of maturity, not in terms of him personally, but as a fighter. And that was a criticism I had about Boots as well. Boots has a phenomenal jab, but I do think he abandons it at times where he could use it more frequently to get the results that he's looking for. The jab could really open things up. You know what I mean? It could open up a lot more combinations for you. You know what I mean? It could take you out of harm's way a lot of times, especially if you got a significant reach advantage. It's they're going to have trouble closing the gap against you. Des215 said Haney sparring Porter at 15. I think I've seen that already. I think that's an old video. Let's take a look. Oh, Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. Yeah, this was 11 years ago, bro. I've been seeing this. But I could give you my reaction. Let me pull it up right here for y'all to see. We was cooking up on Sean the other day. Because of that goofy shit he was on. All right, let's take a look. So this is Dev when he was 15. All right. But before I get into that, what that comment say? It's back in the news. Did you see Bill's new interview? I seen Bill been all over the place. So I seen him do one with Sean Sattel. I seen him do one with who's that fucking one dude? Damn, I forgot. But I seen Bill having his little he doing his like little victory tour right now. But you gotta tell me which one it was, Southwest. I think he's been on a few different platforms already. But anyways, let's see this right here. That's clearly Sean Porter, and that's clearly a young Devin Haney. Devin Haney a lot smaller than what he was, and that's definitely Bill Haney in the back. So this is clearly Sean Porter trying to work on his boxing for sure, because this isn't really typical of Sean Porter to do. We all know what type time Sean Porter be on in the ring. So I don't know if he's practicing defense because I haven't even seen him throw a punch yet. Sean Porter's working on, just being defensively responsible and, circling to his left. I didn't see him circle to the right not one time yet until, well, kind of. Not really. Okay, he's circling to his right now. Never mind. So it looks like he's working on his movement. Like I said, I still haven't seen him throw a punch. So this looks like controlled sparring, to be honest. Yeah, this isn't really Sean Porter going all out. I could already tell. Seems like he's just working with a 15-year-old kid. Utilizing some feints. It looked like he tried to find his way inside without throwing a punch. Look, utilizing feints, closing the gap with his feet. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this. This looked like controlled sparring to me, or technical sparring, I guess they would say. Dev still has some similarities to when he was 15 for sure. Still got that good jab, fast jab. Obviously, his jab will be better now. And I think Dev seems to be a bit more cautious now. But yeah, this looks like Sean Porter just working on defense. The Donza project? Okay, I didn't see that. Seeing the Donza project, I had a few boxers on there though, or people in the boxing world. Radio Raccoon here. Yep. Shout out to Radio Raccoon. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this. That's definitely controlled sparring if I've ever seen it. Look like they're working with a 15-year-old kid. Let's see if Sean switch anything up. Let's see if he throws a punch now. Damn. Dev got some fast hands, that's for sure. Yeah. Ew, why only Sean Porter would have boxing boots that look like some motherfucking bowling shoes. This nigga. Sean Porter just trash at everything, bro. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. It is what it is. Niggas just be calling him Radio Raccoon now. That shit is hilarious. They do switch it up. Nah. It is what it is. I'm about to sign off anyway. Anybody got any last questions before I get up out of here, man? Let me know. What's that sound? It sounds like water. Is that the video? Do you hear me? She must have her AirPods in. What fights do I want in 2026? That's a great question. At heavyweight, let's see Usyk versus Fabio Wardley. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Cruiserweight. I mean, if we get Benavidez versus Zordo, fuck it, let's see it. 175. I want to see David Benavidez in the mix at 175 as well, man. I want to see him get that Bivol or Better Beef opportunity, man. I really don't care to see the trilogy between Better Beef and Bivol, but if they do it, then fuck it. I'll watch. 168. Let's see Jamal Charlo, Caleb Plant. I want to see Undisputed. I want to see Undisputed, at middleweight sometime in 2026. So John Beck and Lara, that's a unification fight. You know what I mean? I think that's 3 belts on the line. The winner of that face Carlos Adames. They need to make that happen. I want to see Undisputed champion at 160. 154, we need to see Virgil versus Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Jamel Charlo get back in the mix against a top 10 guy, top 5, top 10 guy. Jamel Charlo versus no. Who could Jamel come back against? That'll be a good fight. Niggas talking about Errol Spence. Oh no, I don't care to see that. 147, I want to see Devin. I want to see Devin in the unification fight. You know what I mean? So Rolly Romero, even though Rolly low-key don't want no smoke. I just don't get how you could be Rolly. And I'm gonna tell him this shit too. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna fall back off Rolly because I be feeling like he be trying to play me sometimes. And I don't be with that stupid shit. Because there's been a few times where I asked him to do interviews, and then he always say, like, you know what I mean? Like, we do the interview when I got something coming up, blah, blah, blah. Then I see him do an interview with Fight Hype and all them niggas. So it's like, yo, you telling me no, and then but you be giving these niggas interviews and shit. And he gave me an interview, so I'm grateful for that overall. But, like yesterday, I hit him up. I'm like, yo, bro, let's come on the channel. Let's talk about this Devin Haney situation. That would have been big for the channel. This nigga gonna say, for what? I ain't got nothing scheduled. I don't got nothing lined up. Like, it ain't no point for me to talk to you because ain't no point in me talking to you because we ain't got nothing lined up. All right. I said, you know what? I wrote LOL. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I ain't about to be, I ain't chasing no nigga about no motherfucking interview. That's why I don't fuck with interviews in the first place. They start talking like you bothering them and shit. You feel me? The whole time you just trying to get some shit going for the boxing world. You feel me? So I'm falling back off early. Fuck out of here. He be on some weird shit. That's cool. I'll be in Vegas soon. Yeah, I mean. We need to run the ones on Undisputed. Nigga, let me learn the game first. What do I think about Rohan Polanco versus Devin? I think Devin outboxes the shit out of Rohan Polanco. Easy money. You said you really promoting this stupid ass. Not necessarily. You know, Bill Haney was the one who initiated them, initiated that whole thing with pushing for the Devin and Rolly fight. I hit up Rolly. I'm like, yo, what you think? He talking about who cares? Nigga, us. That's why we asking. The fuck? So I'm like, bro, let's come on the channel. Let's talk about it. Oh, no, for what? I ain't got nothing lined up. All right, then, nigga. Like, all right, cool. Then you get these weird niggas. I ain't even about to be hating on them niggas. I ain't even about to be talking crazy about other people. But you tell niggas like me, no. But you over here giving these niggas interviews. I just don't be understanding the shit. It's like, y'all niggas be picking and choosing who y'all want to fuck with. All right, cool. So we cool off y'all then. Fuck y'all. Said Rolly autistic. I think that's disrespectful to autistic people. I don't think Rolly that. Definitely think he a duck though. J-Day, what up? Happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate that, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. What I wanted to say earlier, man, is happy Thanksgiving to the people who, lost relatives, lost loved ones, or feel like their holidays ain't the same. You know what I mean? We keep you in your prayers. We're going to keep you in our prayers, or at least my prayers, man. Stay strong. You know what I mean? Find a way to be positive and just have some good people around you, man. I mean, you might lose loved ones, but there's plenty of good friends that I'm sure you could meet throughout your life that you could spend them great times with. You know what I mean? Life goes on, unfortunately, and, you can find positives in just about anything. Always take into consideration that there's people out here who, it should be so humbling, bro. Like I was talking to this one guy at my job, and he like, yeah, man, like I lost my mother, lost my father, lost my brother, and we were all we had. So I think I'll just order out tonight. Bro, I'm like, shit, like, and I'm rarely an empath, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt that shit to my core. It was like, fuck, nigga. Making me feel like shit. I still got both my parents. I still got my outside of one. Rest in peace to my grandfather. I still got my grandparents. I still got my whole family. I'm like, bro, I feel like shit knowing that I have all of this and you don't even have any of it. Should be making me feel guilty, bro. Like, fuck. So, man, my heart goes out to everybody who got to go through these holidays without having their loved ones with them, man. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Shit. Keep your head on straight. Stay positive, and spend time with people who make you feel good, man. No, Des, you not. It was a joke. You ain't understand. I said I think that's disrespectful to autistic people. So what I'm saying is, I think Rolly is worse than that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you disrespecting autistic people. Yeah, that's what it's called, survival remorse. Yeah. That shit is very real, brother. That shit is very real. Is Rolly going to fight Pacquiao? I don't know, because when I had – oh, shit, YSM said interview life is ass. Super ass. But at least you get him. Shout out to YSM. He be finding a way to have his interviews out here. So you got to respect his hand when it comes to that. But, yeah, niggas be acting weird, bro. It's like, bro, I'm going to keep it real. Like, if niggas ask me for an interview, I would not say no. Like, there's interviews that I've done with people who only had like 3 niggas on the live, and I still did it. It's like, the fuck? Like, I'll never say no. Like, why would I do that? Even if I don't got nothing going on, Corey, yeah, I'll speak to you. That's if I respect you though. If you a flaky ass nigga, fuck you. But you know, I just don't understand that shit. Abdullah Mason versus Cepeda. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Cepeda throws so many fucking punches, bro. God damn, that'll be a great fight. But like I said, Abdullah he gonna have to box in that one, man. You know, he may not be a big puncher like Sam Noakes, but accumulation is still a bitch. You know what I mean? And that's somebody who would go band for band with you. Yeah, Carmel Moulton. Yeah, he's flaky as shit for sure. Because we had a mutual friend, you know what I'm saying? And that person had to speak one-on-one. So he's like, yo, yeah, we can do the interview, blah, blah. We set up a day, a time. I announced the shit. Do the interview. This nigga no-show. He ignored all my DMs, all that. So now I hit him up on a different. I'm like, yo, bro, what? Like, we good? Oh, yeah, bro, my fault, bro. I got caught up, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, bro, let's get this done here. Let's get it done this time. He's like, all right, bet. Then he do the same shit. I'm like, you know what, bro? Y'all niggas, y'all disrespectful, cuz. I'm like, y'all niggas disrespectful. I'm like, y'all niggas disrespectful, bro. Like, all right, fuck this nigga. That's the type of time I'm on, bro. You say fuck me, I'm gonna say fuck you. I don't give a fuck who you is. And I spoke to some niggas that's like high up in the industry when it comes to being a part of media and commentary, and he like, don't burn no bridges, bro. And like he was pretty much telling me to like fake it till I make it type shit, bro. I ain't got that shit in me, bro. I don't, bro. I'd rather just, for all that, bro, just do my own shit, make my own platform. That podcast gonna come off the ground soon. With the shit that we got in play, this shit gonna go crazy. Watch. You said I should make a video exposing them? Nah, because then that look like it's like if somebody asked me, I'll tell him type shit, but nah, I ain't about to be out here just nah. How's my sponsor? I don't know if you're talking about Vitamin Energy, but we haven't really been doing business lately. Podcast in 2026. That's the plan. I'm not gonna put a date on it because you know what I mean. I feel like every time I set a goal or set a date for something, it'll never turn out how I want it to. But once we get this podcast room set up and all that shit, and you know what I mean, we get them cameras and all that, and I start doing, because a lot of the times when I'm on this live, it's just me talking to people that's in the comments. Like the energy gonna be totally different when I'm in the room with other people and we get into them debates and all that. Shit gonna be getting heated. Shit gonna be entertaining, bro. I'm telling you. We're not gonna be like Sean Porter, you know what I mean, all sharing a little dingy ass couch. We just gonna be talking shit about niggas being on snack as if, you know what I mean, he wasn't on snack type shit. No. We gonna have this shit right. So if I gotta take a little bit more time to get it done, then it is what it is. I ain't putting a date on it yet, though. Just know it's in motion. Yeah, Vitamin Energy, we haven't been doing. You know what I mean? I sold a few of their Johns for him. You know what I mean? I got compensated for it as a result of that, but of course. But yeah, like I haven't heard anything from them. We still follow each other. But I haven't gotten any communication from them. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't even know if they still a sponsor. I'm still willing to work with them. It was a great product. It worked. Shit, that shit was Vitamin Energy, the truth. You know what I mean? Because I was like, let me see. Let me see what this shit hit for. So I was like, I had a hard day at work. I'm burnt the fuck out. Put that joint, bro. It felt like I just woke up. Like I just started my day. I'm like, oh yeah. No crash, nothing. Shit Shit had me ready to clean the crib at 11 o'clock at night. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to the boy Jannard Hill in the building. He says, salute Mazuma. I don't understand what Rolly means by he doesn't have anything lined up. Devin is free to fight, and I'm pretty sure Turkey will pay for it. That doesn't make sense. Well, what Rolly was talking about was he doesn't have anything solidified yet, so there's no point in us doing an interview. Like, in order for us to do an interview, he got to have something lined up. Like, he got to have a fight date. But I'm like, nigga, that's bullshit, because if I go on YouTube right now and I type in your name, you talking to niggas. So it's like, and it may not have been like hella recently, but I'm sure I could find an interview from Rolly that came out like 1 or 2 months ago. You ain't had shit lined up then? The fuck? You ain't had nothing lined up since like May. You've done interviews since May, so why are you telling me this shit, but then you doing other shit with different niggas? Like, if you don't fuck with me, nigga, just say that. You feel me? Shout out to the niggas who, you know what I mean, be professional about this shit. Shout out to Tito Mercado. Shout out to Bruce Carrington. I ain't even know the motherfucker. We ain't even had no conversations, none of that. And just off the strength of us having a mutual friend, he did it, and it was a great interview. Who else? Thomas Lamana. Shout out to Bradman. Shout out to Greg Hackey. He always come through whenever I hit him up. He always try to get something done with me. Who else? I did a few interviews. I haven't reached out to Bomac again, but I'm gonna try sometime soon. I just don't. Oh yeah, I still got that Nonito Donaire shit in the tuck. Zuma, what is the name of that product that sponsor you? I want to try it. Well, let me see if I still got that promo code, brother. Let's try this. So it's the Focus 12-pack, right? So you add this shit to the cart. Blah, blah, blah. So if you go ahead, let me see if this shit works. Let's see if my promo code is still in use, because it might not be. Oh shit! I don't think my job. Hold on. My shit not even. Wait, let me see. Let me see what my promo code was. Maybe it's something different. Let me see. I don't even think they got that shit going on no more. Yeah, them niggas ain't hit me up since like, when was that? September. They ain't hit me up since September. Let's try this. I'll still shout them out because, you know, I still got compensated for my work at the end of the day. Nah, but it's called Vitamin Energy. Vitamin Energy. It's like a 5-hour energy, but it's like the healthy alternative. You know what I mean? It definitely worked. So, yeah. But No, it is what it is. Too late, Justin. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love as always. Y'all can go ahead and hit the like button on the way out. That'd be very much appreciated, man. Just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's in the building. Hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful night. I'll be back at y'all with another live. Did you say your super chat came through? Did it? Damn, I'm glad you. Let me see. For some reason, I'm not seeing them. Let me check my star category. Let me see. I have a star category. Okay, yeah, I see it right here. See, it ain't even show up on my main timeline. For some reason, it's in the star. I gotta start having my YouTube chat in front of me because I only see what's on StreamYard. Shout out to my boy Jibo with the $10 super chat. He said, "Get well, bro. Get some rest." I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I'm still battling this little cold right now, but you know what I mean. We gotta continue moving. We gotta continue pushing forward. You know what I mean? So shout out to the boy Jibo for always coming through and showing love and supporting Mazuma TV. This definitely goes a long way, man. Like I said, I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world, man. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the super chats today. Shout out to Lad F. Connor. Shout out to 88 Sports Talk. Shout out to Lorenzo. Shout out to the boy J Cash, the money man. Oh shit, I ain't even read this. What the hell? He said the monetization fund, Mama Hofield will be spending junior money on boy booty beaters. Boy booty beaters? Yo, this nigga's crazy, bro. Ooh-wee. Yo, that's fucking hilarious. Shout out to J Cash and shout out to the boy Jibo as well, man. But until that, I'm gonna sign off. I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.